lovelies, welcome back to my channel. So I haven't done a chit chat, so this is kind of like, I'm gonna call it a little update, life update, work update, me update, everything update. I'm back on YouTube. I just needed a little teeny tiny bit of a break because I was just tired. I looked back at a video that I did well, not recently, but a few months ago. I think it was sometime last year, where I expressed how owning a business was not easy, and I was having a bit of a week that week, and everything was just kind of getting on top of me, and I just really felt like social media and the world doesn't really let you in on the truth of the matter and life, and for some reason we're kind of all subconsciously living in some fake bubble, and I'm not part of that. I like to be truthful, and when I made this channel in the beginning, I really didn't want to talk too much. I just wanted to do hair. Then that turned into like kind of doing some sort of review-ish bits, and now I feel like I'm at a point where I'm ready to share some bits and bobs about myself, and yeah, so I guess that's what I'm trying to say. So first things first is the salon has now turned a year, which is a very long time for me. It is I don't even know how to describe it. I kind of like, I kept on anticipating it coming, and then when it came I was like, oh, so we're a year old already. But one of the many regrets that, not even many, but one of the main regrets that I have is that I never really documented what happened during that first year. I think it would have been great to do like a month by month update on the salon to show you the ups and the downs about it. I don't think that I've ever seen anything like that. It would have been great to do something like that, but I didn't. So the best thing I can do is just give you kind of like an update, my version of events of what's happened this year, and give you the good, the bad, the sad, all wrapped up in this video. So yes. So first things first, I'm going to start off with the unexpected. So I never expected for this to be this hard. And I say this because I always knew how hard it would be. I felt like the freelance, I think I mentioned this in my other video, the freelance aspects of stuff really prepared me for how hard it could be, because freelance is no joke. So freelance kind of gave me an insight on how to handle myself and what it would be like managing myself. It really taught me to really manage myself really well, and I took that for granted, because I think a lot of people feel like when they do that it's so much easier to run a business, but it's not just yourself. You have to look after there's so many different aspects of it. There's the background, there's the front as in what people see, marketing. So many things go into running a salon, no matter whether it's a one-man salon or a massive salon. Obviously the bigger the scale, the more the work. But one of the many reasons why I picked a smaller boutique salon is because I knew that I would be tested. I just didn't know how hard it would be, and I'm not trying to scare anybody, but I want you to know that it isn't all roses, and it isn't just like you realize your dream and when you realize it, it's just a smooth sailing thing. It isn't. Certain things came up that I didn't expect to come up. Certain bills came up that I didn't expect to come up. Like, I didn't realize that when you own a business you have to pay for the rubbish being taken away. Like, it's just little things, and it's not even like I didn't know. It was just a surprise at how much it would cost. The little things that come out, you kind of have to be smart in what bills you pick up, i.e., you know, like what electricity and gas bill you pick up, the the system, the booking system you pick, the, I don't know, just the products that you pick for your clients. There's just so many different aspects of it, and you don't realize that that kind of reflects also on the price that you're going to charge your clients, and obviously what you're going to pay staff. It goes on and it goes on and it goes on. So there's a lot of things behind it. So I learned very, very quickly that I had to be even more organized than I was before, which was definitely, it took me about 6 months to get used to that. And I mentioned in my video before that some days I just really felt like staying in my bed and not dealing with any of it. It was just too much. And it's not even like I had any drama at work. I work with a beautiful team. We're small, but they are so lovely, and they make it so worth me fighting for it. And obviously I'm doing it also for myself because this is what I wanted to do, but having people that are so lovely to work with gives you that extra zhuzh to do it. So yeah, I don't even know what my question was anymore. I feel like I just rambled and went on a bit. But yeah, I'm currently in the salon, so if you hear the phone ring, Beverly will be answering it. She's here as well. You can wave, Bev.
Hey.
So yeah, another thing that I realized was, and I realized this way before I even opened the salon, I realized that it was going to be, I'm not going to say a nightmare, but finding people to work with you that fit with your team, that was going to be a challenge. And that was probably one of the things that I just wasn't keen on before. I just didn't really want to tackle that, because I didn't know if I had the personality to deal with that aspect of it. But I was kind of thrown in the deep end when it came to that. So finding staff, I've only really started looking for staff in the past like month, but finding staff can be a headache because you're actually specifically looking for someone that can fit in the team, that can work well with the team, gel well. And it's harder to do that with someone that you don't know when you already have such a good connection with everybody else. And you know, like Florence and I, we go way back into the salon that I worked in before, and Beverly came in right at the beginning, so she's had a year to kind of settle in, get to know me, get to know Flo. So already it really, really works well. Terry, my business partner and partner, he is also like here, so like everyone kind of knows each other. And I'm really like the kind of personality I have. I work better when I know what to expect, and that only works when I know you. So when I don't know somebody, I'm kind of like, I take a step back. So I didn't know if I was the best person to do that with, because I'm not always the best at introducing myself and interacting with new people. So that was a challenge, and that is a challenge because I don't know how that's going to go, but I know that it's my responsibility to make people feel welcome. And once you put yourself at the front of something, you kind of have to do what you set out to do. A third thing that I realized is not everything happens the way you expect it to. When I first opened the salon, I was like, right, so I'm gonna have a massive party to celebrate. I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, and then on the first anniversary I'm gonna do this massive thing. Dreams, so many dreams. And it's not even that I didn't want to do them, or financially we can't do it. It's just that I find myself just wanting to get on with the work, and I care more about making sure that the salons, like the experience at the salon, is as great as it can be, rather than making a show of it being fantastic to the rest of the world. So I kind of like to focus on that more, and I'm finding myself almost like not really celebrating the big marks. Like I kind of regret not having a big, you know, shindig for the salon. But then I feel like the clients that did come in, like for the week that we turned one, everyone got like a glass of prosecco and cupcakes, and I kind of tried to make it like a more of a special experience for everyone that came in during that week, and you know, give a little bit of discount here and there, and just basically appreciate the clients that come in every day. So that was more my aim, to make sure that the people that are here all the time feel appreciated, rather than making a big show of it on the outside, and meanwhile the people here don't really feel appreciated. So I find myself trying to concentrate more on that. And you know, friends and family were like, but you need to celebrate, you've got so much to celebrate, you should do it. And I do agree, but I also feel like I shouldn't lose sight of what's important, and what's always been important has been experience for me, and the quality of the service that you get, and also obviously your hair being done really well. So I battle with this all the time. I almost feel like I'm sure my clients would love to do, like, for me to have a party and stuff like that, and I don't know, I'm still getting used to it. I mean, it's a year, but it's not been 10. It's literally just a learning curve. One massive thing that I've learned also this year is that you can't do it alone. And when I first came into doing the salon, I was a soloist, and I was really used to being that. And I say that in the loosest of terms, because I knew how to work in a team, because I worked in a team in the previous salon that I worked at. But because things didn't quite work out the way I expected them to, I almost like recluded into myself, and I kind of came here with the mindset that yes, I should build a team, but I also kind of had, I don't know, like a solo behavior, I would say. Like, I wanted to do everything myself, and yeah, I just wanted to do things my way, because that's what I was used to. And it took me a little while to kind of just be like, do you know what, I need to share what I've learned, so that the others here can also share what they've learned. So it becomes more like a community of learning, and a space where you can learn freely, rather than this place where I hold everything that I know to myself, and someone like Beverly, who's come in to learn, can learn as much from me as she can. So I found that like, looking back now, I think it happened for like the first 2 months, and then I kind of snapped out of it, and I was just like, look, you have to teach. You can't employ people and not teach them. You actually have to teach people how you want them to work, and then they can find themselves as well. So, and it is a business cannot run with just me by myself. And I found like you know, for days when I didn't feel quite well, having people like Beverly and Florence, Henrietta, Terry in the shop, holding it down while I wasn't able to do what I wanted to do, really helped, because it meant that I was doing the right thing. I was kind of letting people know how I want something to be set out, so that it was set out with my vision, but also with their vision included into it. So I definitely learned to share. Still learning, but yeah, definitely learning to share, definitely learning to see things from a different aspect, but still staying true to, you know, the vision that I had when I first began, because I don't want to ever lose sight of that. My last thing was that I also learned, like I said in my other video, that you're not necessarily always rolling in money when you open your own salon, or when you open up your own business. Your priorities are a little bit different, and you want to invest in what you've started. So I had to take a lot of cutbacks. Like, I haven't been on as many holidays, and that's something that I missed for like the first part, or maybe for like, yeah, the first part. I really resented a little bit the fact that I wasn't going to go on holiday as much. But I can't say that I haven't enjoyed being here, but anyone will say that even when you work in the job that you love, sometimes you need a break. Like, I love working here, I love doing what I'm doing, but I get tired, and I need sunshine, and I need a mocktail, and I need a bikini, and I need just a different environment so that I can keep appreciating where I am. But I definitely didn't account for how much time will be that I will have to invest in it. And now that I know how to manage myself a lot more. So a year on, I could definitely manage myself a lot more. It's easier. The first year was like a massive hurdle for me, but now I feel like, okay, I've got this. Rather than seeing things as a problem, I see it as, I just get on with it, and I find solutions a lot quicker than I did before. Before I felt stuck a little bit, and it was like, okay, something that I had to really think about. But now it's definitely something that I'm like, oh, we can just do this, or we can just do this to fix it. Yeah, so in conclusion, own a business. You can't do it by yourself. You have to be ready to dedicate your everything to it. You have to be able to want to share. You have to be able to try and trust people to do what you have taught them to do, or for them to show you their expertise. Employ the right people. If you see that it's not going right from the beginning, cut it out. Don't even bother employ people that you know it's not going to work out, but you're just desperate. I would rather not have anybody and literally work by myself if it means that I know that I am given a 100% service that I can give. And that's why I only have there's only 3 stylists in the salon at the moment. Yes, I am looking for more, but I'm not like in a rush to do so, just because I know that everything happens for a reason, and if I put my work in and the others put their work in, then it will work out the way it's supposed to work out, if you know what I mean. I don't know if I've got anything else to say. Yes, so happy 1 year anniversary Maison Style, and I will try and update a little bit more often on the business side of things. But yes, 1 year in, April 7th marked our first anniversary. I can't believe it's come so fast, but yeah, it has, and now it's gone. And now we're 1 year and then some. So soon will be 1 year and 6 months, and then will be 2 years, and I'm looking forward to it. I don't know where this is going to take me. So far so good, no complaints. It's hard as hell. It has its high moments and low moments, but would I change it for anything? So thanks for watching. I'll see you in my next video.